Everyone, come and see the greatest thing on your TV. Learning new and exciting stuff, making homework not so tough. Move your feet and shake your bones. Have some fun in the Nozone. Nozone, Nozone. Have some fun in the Nozone.
Yay!
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nozone. I'm Charlie.
Hello everybody, my name is Wanja.
And I'm Marara. Ra.
Marara, why are you wearing that shirt today?
Oh, this? I bought it on holiday. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's quite colorful.
It's interesting. Where did you and your family go on holiday?
Oh, we went to the beach.
Let's go to the chill out zone and meet this week's studio guests. Hello everybody, how are you doing today?
Fine.
Why don't we say a big hello to everyone who's watching us at home?
Hello.
Now, we're really glad to have you here helping us with today's show. We are going to have a lot of fun together.
Now, to start us off, let us tell all the families that are watching us at home today what the buzzwords are.
Yes, now, where is Marara?
Mara, I think he has gone to get the lotion for his brown tan. So, let's call him out on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Mara!
Oh, hello, friends.
Mara, you're just in time. Our studio guests were just about to give us this week's buzzwords. So, which ones are they?
Art, tourist, culture, tourism, foreign exchange.
Very good. So, who can tell me, what are these buzzwords all about today?
They are all about tourism.
Well done.
Excellent. Now, these words are very, very important, so try and look out for them in our next program and throughout today's episode.
Now, it's time to head off and join our friends in Makutano and find out what they're up to in Junction Juniors.
Junction Juniors.
Leleti has a boyfriend. Leleti has a boyfriend. Leleti has...
Stop being annoying. Let Leleti tell a story.
Okay, so tell us about this Luswata from Uganda.
James, stop behaving like a shoe size.
Yeah, go on, Leleti.
So, Frobisher,
Is this the same guy as Luswata?
that's his second name. I sent him a reply, and since then we've been pen pals. Yesterday, I got a letter from him saying that him and his class went for a field trip to some very interesting tourist sites.
Like old royal houses and natural features.
No, they went to a prehistoric rock painting site near Mbali. There are so many tourists there because it's a national monument.
Tourists mean more income and jobs. I'd like to be a tour guide. Hang on, how comes there are no historical sites in Makutano?
I think there are some, but it's just that they haven't been discovered.
Imagine if we discover, it'll be so famous.
Yeah!
We need to help Leleti reply her letter and ask Luswata for any information that may help us discover any historical site in Makutano.
Let's get cracking.
Bakari, Bran, and I will go to the council library and look for any information we can gather.
Leleti, Babu, Ashni, and I can stay and work on the letter. Since it's not an official letter, we don't need a reference, Babu.
So, dear Luswata Frobisher,
Your boyfriend.
and then I write,
How did you write your first letter to him?
I just wrote it this
Those thieves, let's get them.
Red is such a good counselor. Yeah, I'm so happy that she offered to give us this book with the guidelines on some of the cultural sites in the country and how to identify them.
Do you think we'll be able to find any rock drawings?
Well, she said that you can find rock drawings in Makutano area. My grandmother told me that the Amukata people used to live in caves.
Tourists would love such things.
Yeah, I'm beginning to have a good feeling about this.
We met our band. The others have already finished writing the letter and have gone to post it.
That's a good thing, Brian. Why do you look so bothered by it?
Yeah, what's up, Brian?
Well, I wanted Leletti's pen pal to find me a friend in their country. But now they have already gone to send it. There goes my chance.
Relax, Brian. You'll get the pen pal. But for now, we have work to do.
Yeah, don't worry. In the next 72 hours, we will have made a lot of progress.
What? That's a long time.
It's only 3 days.
Are you sure?
A day has 24 hours. To know how many days 72 hours will make, you simply divide 72 by 24 and you get 3 days. Sit down, we have work to do.
I think that's the hideout. Let's go get it. What's taking them so long?
They'll be here, Brian. Be patient.
Look, we didn't mean to scare you. We're sorry.
Just give us back our stuff.
You mean I'm just going like that?
Yeah.
James, let's just forgive them. Anyways, we've got our things back in one piece.
Yes, please forgive us and leave. Yeah, we're sorry. What's that? It's an interesting painting. Look, we said we're sorry. Just leave our hideout. Yeah, what more can we do to say we are sorry? Sorry.
Password.
Culture.
Spell it.
C-U-L-T-U-R-E. We want to say a sorry. We want to say a sorry. We want to say a sorry. So sorry as anyone can be. Sorry.
What's going on here?
Earlier when you left, these two stormed into hideout and stole our pens, paints and brushes.
They even took all our pens. We're not even able to start our letter.
Okay, we have done our apology. Can we go now?
Those paintings look familiar.
Here, in the book.
They were used by the Amukata people who used it in the rock paintings in the early days. They lived in the rock shelters.
You mean they're actually historic?
We just thought they were silly paintings on the rocks. That's why we stole your paint. We wanted to make them look better.
I think they found an important historical site.
Listen, let's first forget what these two did and find a way to tell the people about the new discovery.
We can write to Frobisher and ask him how to go on about it.
In the meantime, we can ask Chief Matano what to do. Freddy and Amos have been sitting on a gold mine. Come on, you two.
Go, Junction Juniors!
Yay!
I'm really glad you were able to get hold of me. I really enjoy helping out with any new discoveries.
I hope the tunnel to be really important so that lots of tourists can come to Makutano and see them.
Well, let's see. First, we need to authenticate them. And if they really are genuine, well, they need to be registered with the National Museums of Kenya and maybe even gazetted as national monument.
Then people will make their way from all over the world just to see them.
Yeah, well, I must say that just gives me a little flutter of excitement. And you know, there have been discoveries in this area, so it could actually happen. No, don't touch.
Why?
You should never touch ancient paintings. They're very delicate, very fragile, and even the sweat from your fingers can damage the pigment. You see, these paintings were made by our ancestors as powerful symbols to express their spiritual beliefs, and they're very important. Well, I think there's only one way of saying this.
Break it gently, please.
Well, if you say so. Your paintings are indeed historic. You guys have made a really important discovery. Is that how you celebrate? Yay! I'm really proud of you, Junction Juniors.
Where are you going?
We discovered the place, but then it's you, Junction Juniors, getting all the recognition.
You stole our fame.
But he just...
Come on, friends. Good discoveries are not about fame or fortune. Discoveries are for sharing, they're for everybody.
You can even join us and become Junction Juniors.
Only if you promise to behave.
I never thought this day would come. I think I'm going to cry.
Come on, everyone.
Wow, did you all enjoy that episode of Junction Juniors?
Yes!
Excellent. So, what buzzwords did you hear?
I heard the word tourism.
That's right.
I heard the word culture. It was the password.
Excellent.
Excellent. Tell me, what else did you learn?
I learned that you should always ask for help if you don't understand something.
Very good. That's true.
I found out that there were many important art and tourist attractions around us.
Oh, yes. And there are many places we can visit. And I learned that we should never destroy something old because it is part of our history.
That's right, Ma. I'm glad to see that everyone learned so much.
Now, we all know what that sound means. It's time for...
Cool Words!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cool Words. Marara, what do you have in your paw, and why do you look puzzled?
Well, you see, yesterday was my birthday, and my uncle sent me a very expensive gift with this note.
Oh, happy birthday, Marara. Let's all wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Marara!
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, you should send your uncle a thank you letter, Marara.
I beg your pardon. What do you mean by that? I have never written a letter before.
Well, that's because writing letters is not very common nowadays. People prefer to use text messages or emails to communicate with their friends, families, and relatives. But it is very important to know how to write a letter.
I see. So How do we write letters?
Well, the first thing you need to know is that there are two types of letters. We have the formal letter and the kind of letters that you write to your friends, family, and relatives.
Oh, you mean like the one I want to write to my uncle?
Yes. Letters like this are called informal or friendly letters. They are written freely as if you are speaking to the person you are writing to.
Oh, that's not so hard to do.
You should also write plainly, neatly, and make sure that your spelling is correct. Now, you should also put a suitable ending, which is determined by the kind of relationship you have with the person you're writing the letter to. Now, in your case, Marara, your ending would be your loving nephew. Let's have a look at this example. You're the one writing the letter, and hence you need to write your address on the top right-hand side of the letter. And then you write the date below the address. And then start the letter as follows. Dear Uncle Makara, how are you doing? I hope you and your family are well. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for remembering my birthday and for the lovely gift. How are my cousins and Auntie Lulu? Please pass my regards to them and let them know that I miss them. Your loving nephew, Marara. Does anyone know what else Marara needs to do with his letter? Yes, Oluimbo?
Marara will need an envelope to put his letter in, write his uncle's address on the envelope before posting it.
Very good. Now you should write the address clearly to help the postman know where to deliver the letter. Now, you are ready to send the letter.
Wait, Teacher Pendo. What about the formal letter you mentioned?
That's a very good question. Now, the other type of letter is called the formal or business letter. It's a letter that contains official information. You do not write it as if you are speaking to the person you're writing to, because in most cases, you do not have a personal relationship with them.
What do you mean, Teacher Pendo? Why would I need to write to them if I do not have a personal relationship with them?
Let me give you an example. Imagine that you have just visited a food processing factory as part of your school project. Now, you will need to write a thank you letter to the manager, Mr. Juma, after the visit. Look at this letter. Marara, can you please read the first part?
Dear Mr. Juma, ref our visit.
Thank you for allowing us to visit your factory last week.
We learned very many new things and have lots of material to put in our project. Thank you very much.
Yours sincerely, Class 6 pupils, Makutano Primary School.
Thank you, everyone. What differences do you notice in the two types of letters? Yes, Okware?
Because the formal letter has two full addresses, but the informal letter has only one.
That's right. The address on the right belongs to the person writing the letter, and the other one belongs to the person you are writing the letter to. What makes this letter different from the first one? Yes, Vusaka?
The second letter, the formal letter, gets straight to the point.
Well spotted, Vusaka. The formal letter states exactly why you have written the letter, unlike in the informal letter, where you can ask about other things like how the person you're writing to is doing.
The ending of the formal letter is also different. I think it sounds very serious.
Endings for formal letters are usually yours sincerely when you know the person's name, or yours faithfully when you don't know the person's name. And you also address them as dear sir or madam. Now, formal letters are also accompanied by the writer's formal signature.
Whoa! I know a lot about writing letters now, and I can't wait to write a thank you letter to my uncle. Thank you very much, Teacher Pendo.
You're welcome, and well done, all of you. Well, that's it for today from Cool Words. Right now, though, let's go on a trip with Maspeedy on Out There.
Hey, people. Today I'm a tourist. Come, let's visit Kenya and find out what exactly makes it such a great tourist attraction. When a tourist visits our park, they pay at the gate to enter. Money collected is for assisting Kenya to develop. There are several tourist attraction points in Kenya. Among them is the Amboseli National Park. Amboseli Park is beautiful and famous for its great scenery beauty. The animals here live as a family, and when they are thirsty, they drink water from the same swamp. Tourists like to wake up early and go for the game drives to watch animals walking to the swamps to drink some water. The game drive is where the tourists are driven around the park to view these beautiful animals. I am happy I made it for the game drive too. I am hoping I'll get to see all the famous Big Five. Hey, look! Did you know the elephant is this big? The elephant is the largest animal on land. How many years do you think it will take this small one to grow up to be the same size as the mother? But they are dangerous and can hurt or even kill when they are provoked. Kenya is so beautiful. Apart from Amboseli, there are more beautiful places you can visit and enjoy. In Tsavo West National Park, visitors cannot leave before walking to this underwater observation chamber built at the Mzima Springs. One is able to enjoy and view fish swimming with other animals that live in water. Also available in Kenya are the breathtaking waterfalls with the most natural beauty. Can you believe it? 80% of water we drink in Nairobi is from Aberdare Falls. Isn't this beautiful? This long rock known as Mudanda Rock is found in Tsavo East National Park. It is famous for those who want to take beautiful photos. This is so big. Lake Nakuru National Park is known to many tourists as the only bird watcher's paradise. It is a home to thousands and thousands of pink flamingos. With all this beautiful attraction, Kenya is definitely the best tourism destination. I would like to invite you to visit these beautiful parks and get to see for yourself what Kenya has to offer. Let's say bye to my friend Newton. I really had fun. Bye!
Wow, Maspeedy was so lucky to get to visit the Amboseli National Park.
Yes, and he saw all the big fives. He saw the buffaloes, he saw the leopards, the rhinos, the elephants, and of course, the lions!
And did you see all the tourist attraction points?
Oh, yes. And did you see all those really cool pink flamingos? I mean, that is a really very nice place to be.
Yes, but here on the Nozone, it's time for our next challenge. It's time for...
Number One!
Now, this is a game that we invented so that we could help Marara with his maths.
Yes, and I need as much help as I can get.
Now, the game is very simple. On the blackboard, there are 3 sums. Now, just like our example sum right here, each of these 3 sums has a little something missing. Now, all our number runners have to do is solve the sum and then run off to the number pit to find the solution. Now, we didn't want to make it too easy, so you have to look for the solution among all of these numbers. Now, once you find the solution, like so, you go back to the blackboard.
Once you get here to the board, you need to make sure that you put your number in the correct position. Like that, where the question mark is. Please make sure you don't get your numbers mixed up, because the moment this number is here on the board, it's stuck, and that means you cannot change it.
That's right. Now, once you've solved the sum, it's time for you to run across to your teammates and tag in the person to do the next sum, just like this.
There is a catch. You only have 45 seconds to solve these 3 sums. So, we all need to cheer our number runners with the correct answers, all right?
Yes.
Good.
Now with number run, speed is everything. Because if you do manage to solve the 3 sums within the 45 seconds, Marara has some wonderful maths books that he will let you take back to your school. Are the rules clear?
Yes.
Are you ready to play number run?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's have our number runner, number 1. Here, Lois.
All right, let's put 45 seconds on the clock. And reveal that first sum.
What plus 20 is 40? Go. Look for it, it's there.
Up there, up there, up there. Up there. 20, up.
Well done. Tag the next person. 30 divided by what is 15? Go.
2.
Look for it.
Two, right there. Two.
Look for it. Well done. Tag the next person. Hurry up. 6 times 7 is what? Go. Hurry up. You don't have much time. Hurry up.
Top.
Hurry up.
Stop the clock.
It's all right.
Oh.
Well done. Let's look at what you did together. On to the first sum. We asked you, what plus 20 is 40? You gave us 20. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well done. 20 is the correct answer. On to the second sum. We asked you, 30 divided by what is 15? Is 2 the correct answer?
Yes.
2 is the correct answer. On to the third sum. We asked you, 6 multiplied by 7 is what? You gave us 42. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well done.
Now, I think this is actually the most dramatic version of number run we've had. But the question is, did you manage to solve the 3 sums within the 45 seconds?
Yes.
Sadly, you just ran out of time, but congratulations nonetheless for solving the 3 sums. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Oh, well, don't worry. It's a shame you ran out of time, but you have helped me with my maths homework.
That's right. Did you have fun playing number run?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, after all that running, I know I would need a break.
We still have a whole half hour of fun and learning right here on the Nozone.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Before we go on, let's remind everyone at home what the Nozone buzzwords are.
Art, tourist, culture,
Tourism.
foreign exchange.
Now, what are the buzzwords teaching us about?
Tourism.
Mara, can you give us a clue about what Ranger Rukia is going to be teaching us about today?
Well, this time, Ranger Rukia is going to tell us all about a beautiful place and the people who visit it.
Then I imagine we're going to hear most of the buzzwords. Here's Wildon.
Hello Nozone Rangers, we're going to do something very interesting and different. We're going to be tourists. A tourist is a person who goes to visit a new place and explore it. We are going to tour Kenya and see all its beautiful features. Kenya is rich in wildlife and beautiful scenery. It is home to the big 5 animals. These are the lion, elephant, rhino, leopard and buffalo. In Kenya, we also have many different cultures. Can you tell which culture these dancers belong to? That's right, they are Maasai. Tourism is very important to our country. When tourists visit Kenya, they bring in a lot of money that is used to help build our nation. We have foreign and domestic tourists. Foreign tourists are tourists who come from other countries to visit our country. Domestic tourists are people who tour their own country, just as we are doing right now. Kenya protects wild habitats where the animals live. These are the national parks. Rangers like me guard the parks so that no one harms our animals. Did you know that we have 48 national parks and reserves here in Kenya, including the marine parks? Come on, let me take you on a tour. This is the Great Migration, and thousands of people come to witness it from all over the world. The Masai Mara Wildlife Park has become the most famous park in the world for this amazing migration. The migration is the 8th wonder of the world. It is a true animal kingdom. Guess what, Nozone Rangers? We are at the Lake Nakuru National Park. Did you know that apart from flamingos and other species of birds, Lake Nakuru National Park is home to other wild animals? It even has a sanctuary for rhinos as they are in danger of becoming extinct. Wow! Being a tourist is so much fun. I hope you have your climbing gear ready because we are going mountain climbing. The Aberdare are a range of volcanic mountains that form part of the Rift Valley. The green vegetation, rocky landscape, streams and waterfalls make the Aberdare a very beautiful place to visit. This is the Ark. It is a hotel shaped like a boat. Tourists love staying here while visiting the Aberdares. You even have close views of the animals at the watering hole. Let's take a train ride to the coast of Kenya. This is the Malindi Marine National Park. It is a national park under the sea. It was created to protect and care for fish, animals, and plants that live in the water. Look at all these beautiful fish and coral reefs. They have so many colors and shapes and sizes. Wow, Nozone Rangers, that was one interesting day. It is so much fun being a tourist. Keep exploring and protecting our beautiful nation, Nozone Rangers. Till next time, bye!
Wow, that was really amazing.
Yes, it made me want to take a holiday. Everything is so beautiful.
And everything looks so nice. I learned that it's very important for us to take care of our environment because it's our responsibility to make sure that our environment will always be there and will always be as beautiful as it is now. I know what that sound means. It means it's time for Hot Numbers!
Hello everyone, I hope you had a good week and are ready to join us for today's Hot Numbers. Now in the last 2 lessons, we have learned how to tell the time and we learned how to change minutes into hours and hours into minutes.
Yes, I'm so pleased I can now tell the time. I even bought a watch last week.
So I see, Marara, well done. Now our day is divided into 2 times. Which times are this? Yes, Marara?
Is it daytime and nighttime?
Yes, you're right.
I know that because in daytime, I come to school.
Okay, so how many hours do we have in a day? Yes, Kerubo?
24 hours.
Very good. Daytime and nighttime combined make a whole day, which has 24 hours. How many days are there in a week? Yes, Marara?
Oh, Teacher Pendo, your questions today are so simple. There are 5 days in a week.
Marara, are you sure?
Yes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
What about Saturday and Sunday?
That is called a weekend.
Okay, Saturday and Sunday make the weekend, but there are in fact 7 days in a week, and each day has 24 hours. Now we can convert days into hours by multiplying the number of days by 24, and we can convert hours into day by dividing the number of hours by 24. How many hours are there in 2 days? Yes, Busaka?
48 hours.
Very good. And how did you calculate that?
I multiplied 24 by 2, giving me 48.
Very good. Now, how many hours are there in 2.5 days? Yes, Marara?
Now, 2 days is already 48 hours. Now, half a day is 12 hours. So I add 12 to 48.
Okay.
So 8 plus 2 is 10. So I need to carry 1 to the 10th. And 1 plus 4 plus 1 equals 6, which will give me 60 hours.
That was very good, Marara. Now, how many hours do we have in a week? Yes, Ndongo?
You have to know how many days there are in a week. There are 7 days.
Very good. And what is the next step? Yes, Lois?
Multiply 24 by 7.
Very good. Now, we can multiply using the partition method or the column method. Let's use the partition method. First, we split the number 24. So 24 becomes 20 and 4. Now, what is 20 multiplied by 7? Yes, Bisikwa?
140.
Very good. And what is 7 multiplied by 4? Yes, Busaka?
28.
Good. We now add 140 to 28, and what do we get? Yes, Bisikwa?
168 hours.
Very good. So we know that there are 168 hours in a week.
Hey, I use half of those hours to eat and sleep.
Thank you, Marara, for that information. But let's try another sum. Salima missed school for 72 hours. Now, how many days did she miss school?
Now, how do I work that out, Teacher Pendo?
You divide 72 with 24. Now, you will need to use the long division method, and it's very important for you to know your 24 times table. Is 72 a multiple of 24?
Yes.
So what is 72 divided by 24? Yes, Trina?
3. There are 3 days in 72 hours.
Very good. So that means that Salima missed 3 days of school when she was away for 72 hours. Now, we have some cards here with some mathematical problems. I'd like you to read out the problems, and then we will figure out how to solve them. Bisikwa, would you like to go first?
Marara stayed at his grandmother's for 5 days. How many hours did he spend there?
Oh, I like visiting my grandma.
Okay, Ndungu, can you help us with this sum?
We will multiply 5 and 24. 5 times 4 is 20, so carry 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 2, 12. So Marala stayed at his grandmother's for 120 hours.
Very good. Now, Trina, give us the next problem.
Last week, it rained for 144 hours without stopping. How many days did it rain for?
Very good. So, Lois, how do we go about solving this problem?
We need to divide 144 by 24.
Very good. So let's look at our 24 times tables grid again. Is 144 a multiple of 24? Yes, Marara?
Yes, it is. 144 divided by 24 is 6. So it rained for 6 days without stopping.
Very good, Marara. Well done, all of you. Now, you need to remember that a day is made up of 24 hours, and there are 7 days in a week and 52 weeks in a year.
And that's a lot of hours.
Well, it's now time to get creative. It's time for Zone.
Hello kids, welcome to this episode of Zone. This is Auntie Sana, and today we're going to be learning from different cultures. Several cultures in the world have found ways to identify themselves by decorating a pole. So they basically will take a long pole that's usually made of wood or of clay, and they'll decorate it to represent themselves. So that's what we're going to be doing. We'll just be working on a pole and see, would you like to make a pole that identifies you? You'll need a toilet paper roll. You'll need definitely some glue. And then from there, you're going to use either paints or colored paper or pieces of newspaper or magazines, whatever you have available. So I'm going to take some paint and just begin by painting my toilet paper roll. Or you can use whatever else you find, cover it up with newspaper. Just make it easy and attractive to look at. Okay, so my toilet paper roll is almost covered up, and I'm just going to let it dry. I have another one that I'd already painted on. So if I was to take this and a simple marker, let's see what kind of a face we can draw. So I'm going to give this part of the paw a hairline, and then I'm going to give round eyes. We'll make a rectangular nose, and then for the mouth, I'll use a rectangular shape as well. And then I'll give them a big tongue. So that's the beginning of my poem. So now comes the fun part, which is all about decorating. So first I take my crinkly paper. So the idea is just to make whatever kind of fun person or character that you would like to make based on this poem. And then I had some cutout paper, which I'm just going to take these little yellow bits and I'm just going to stick them on the eyes. And then I think it's time to get some paint. And I think this should go on the mouth. Okay, I'll take my black marker again and just fill in the hair. Okay, so there we have it. That's the beginnings of my face, which I really like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together with what I started working on earlier. And for that, I'm just going to use tape at the back. And that's the beginnings of my poem. Okay, so there's still quite a bit of work to do on this pole. And what I'm going to do is just keep working on it. Fill in the eyes. Then I look at my pole and I think, where else do I want to use this color? And I'll just use it on the nose down here. And I want to use red again, and I just want to paint the nose this time. And I'll use the same color for the tongue. Take a little bit of blue. So you see, the idea is that I'm just going to keep adding it on and defining it in whatever way I want to get it decorated. Maybe you should get started on yours, and I'll be working on mine, and then we can see what kind of poles we come up with. So that's it for this episode of AtZone. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Now that totem pole looks really easy to make, and it looks like it will be a lot of fun. Finally, I have something to do with all the old rolls in the house.
That's right, Mara, and it's always great to recycle.
But now it's time for something a little different. It's that part of the show that makes Marara too nervous to watch.
What are we at?
Because it's time now for Spell It.
Animal, tractor, building, narrow, respect, meter, deep, vegetable, work. Hello everybody and welcome to Spell It. Olwimbo, Bisikwa, and Trina. You're about to step out of the shadows and into the light. You will compete for the top prize of the Nozone Spelling Champion. If you win, you will go home with one of these lovely dictionaries.
Now, each contender has just 30 seconds to spell correctly as many words as possible. If you want to hear the word again, simply say repeat, and the word will be repeated for you. Now, each word is worth 1 point. Are the rules clear?
Yes.
Olwimbo, you're up first. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Olwimbo, your 30 seconds start now.
Wild.
W-I-D-E.
Trade.
T-R-A-D-E.
Nature.
N-A-T-U-R-E.
Resort.
R-E-S-A-L-U-T.
Tourist.
T-O-U-R-I-S-T.
Economy.
E-C-O-N-O-M-I-C.
Foreign.
F-O-R-E-G-H-N.
Commercial. Time is up. Well done. Please step back. Bisikwa, you're up next. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Bisikwa, your 30 seconds start now.
View.
Repeat.
View.
V-I-L-E.
Park.
P-A-C-K.
Ranger.
R-A-N-G-E-R.
Coast.
C-O-S-T.
Elephant.
E-L-E-P-H-A-N-T.
Discover.
D-I-S-C-O-V-E-R.
Tourism.
T-O-U-R-I-S-M.
Destination.
D-E-S-T-I-N-A-T-O-N.
Adventure. Time's up. Well done. Please step back. Trina, you're up next. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Trina, your 30 seconds start now.
Game.
G-A-M-E.
Safari.
C-S-F-F-A-R-I.
Guide.
G-U-I-D-E.
Revenue.
R-E-V-E-U-N-E.
Forest.
F-O-R-E-S-T.
Culture.
C-U-L-T-U-R-E.
Landscape.
L-A-N-D-S-C-A-P-E.
Mountain.
M-O-U-N-T-A-I-N.
Eventful. Time is up. Good. Step back.
Well, after that exciting round of Spell It, I think we'll jump straight into the results. Olwimbo. Although you spelt the word economic correctly, the word that Wanja asked you to spell was economy. You are in third place. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Good.
Which leaves Bisikwa and Trina. In reverse order, I can announce that with 4 points, in second place is Bisikwa, which means today's Nozone spelling champion with a total of 7 points. We have Trina. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Well done. Step forward.
Step forward, Trina.
Forward.
Congratulations. You are today's Nozone spelling champion. Show everyone at home your dictionary. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Well done. Well done. Please step back. Well done. And as for you, Olumbo and Bisikwa, you do not go home empty-handed. You get to take one of these lovely dictionaries. Congratulations to all three of you because you spelled very many words correctly.
That's right. Now, after that wonderful round of Spell It, I think we all deserve a break. So why don't we all sit back, relax, and enjoy another exciting edition of African Tales.
I'm going to read you an interesting story of how Jim came to Africa. Kim was an excited boy that day as he waited at the airport. "Stay still," said Kim's mother, watching as her son impatiently kept looking at everyone leaving the arrivals terminal at the airport. "I can't wait to see my friend. Do you think he's as tall as he looks in his pictures?" "Taller than me?" Kim said. "There he is," said Kim's mother, looking at a photo of a small boy and then to the little boy emerging from the arrivals terminal. Kim jumped forward. He was happy to see that indeed it was Jim, his pen pal from Britain. Jim was 8 years old, just like Kim. He was also the same height as Kim. They had started to write to each other after Jim's dad had returned from Kenya with the pen pal section of a local newspaper. After exchanging greetings, Kim's mother walked to a taxi and talked to the driver. They got in and started driving back towards Kim's rural home. Such beautiful hills! They look like waves rolling into each other. "Those are Ngong hills," said Kim, proud that Jim liked the hills. "Don't you have hills at your place?" "No, I live near the sea," said Jim, peering outside. "Oh, and is that a mountain? It's so big." "No," said Kim's mother. "That's just a big hill. Tomorrow we shall take you on a safari. We shall pass near Mount Kenya and you will see it. It has snow at the top." Once they got home, Kim's mother prepared Jim a meal of roast chicken, tomato stew, and mokimo. Jim was happy. He had never eaten food like this before. Kim and Jim shared the same bedroom, and they talked until morning, exchanging views about their different countries. They laughed and shared jokes the whole night. Early the following morning, Kim's father came driving a huge four-wheel drive vehicle. "That's my father," said Kim, running to hug him. "He's a tour driver. He takes tourists around in this big car." "You must be Jim," said Kim's father. "Nice to meet you," said Jim. A few hours later, Jim, Kim, and Kim's parents were driving into the wilderness. The vegetation suddenly changed, from green bushy trees of the forest and hills to flat land with tall brown grass and acacia trees. As they went through a gate, Jim turned and saw people in green uniform carrying guns. "Are those soldiers?" he asked. "No, those are game rangers. They help protect our wild animals. This is a game reserve, where animals are kept in their natural habitat and protected." "Why do they have to be protected? Can't lions protect themselves?" "Of course they can, but people started killing animals to sell their horns and skins. The number of animals became fewer and fewer, so the government started game reserves to protect them against poachers. Tourists come to see them. Tourism is our biggest foreign exchange earner," said Kim. "Very good," said Kim's mother. "I see your father has taught you very well. One day, when I grow up, I want to be a tour van driver just like Daddy," said Kim. "And I want to be a tourist," said Jim. "You already are a tourist," laughed everyone in the car. Jim saw a huge lion standing straight ahead of them and started screaming, "Run! A lion!" Kim's family explained to him that it wouldn't harm them because they were in the car. They saw hippos in a river, hyenas eating dead gazelle, more lions, cheetahs, and leopards. By evening, Jim was tired but excited that he had seen so many animals. "In our country, you can't see animals like these unless you go to the zoo," he explained. In the evening, Kim's father took them to a Maasai village. As they entered the village, tall men in red shukas danced and jumped high in the air. Jim was so excited, he joined them in the dancing. But no matter how high he tried to jump, he couldn't jump as high as the smallest child in the dancing group. "Tourism is not just about seeing animals," said Kim's father. "It's also about learning how other people live, what they do, what they eat, and their everyday activities." "Yes," said Kim. "It's great to learn about different people's culture and appreciate it." 1 week later, Jim's father called to say he'd booked a ticket for Jim to go back. "Don't worry," said Kim's mother. "Next holidays, Kim will come to your home as a tourist, and you can show him all Britain has to offer." "Mom, can I be a tourist? I thought tourists were only foreign people coming to Africa." "No, a tourist is someone who visits an area to enjoy the surroundings and the people." Jim went back home, but he kept writing letters telling Kim of all the places that he would take him to once he came to Britain. The end. What an interesting story. Well, that's all we had time for. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
One day I'd like to be a tourist just like Jim.
Oh, I wish you all the best, Marara. Did you all enjoy the story?
Yes! And that story is the perfect way for us to end our show today.
Thank you so much for helping us with the show today. Did you all have fun?
Yes! Till then, come on everyone, let's say goodbye. Bye!